Okay, hello and welcome to reading number 2. This reading is for Obsidian, so it's talking about protection and what do you need to be protecting in this full moon on Halloween. I'm just putting away my decks from previous reading. But if you were at the previous reading, you probably weren't. But I like to watch some people's videos on tarot because I just like to learn. So you'll notice that I use whatever deck makes me that I want to, or my intuition is telling me. So I'm gonna be using Tarot Divine. I didn't say like the tarot deck in the last video, and sorry for all the noises. I am outside and everyone chooses to be doing stuff. Back of the deck of energy is 7 of coins. I don't know much about this myth because all of the Tarot Divine things are fairy tales, folklore, deities around the world. So I am from America, so I only know a few of the okay. But letting know what my intuition is telling me, letting know to get out of the fires in your life, and knowing what is setting your life ablaze and what's causing destruction. Again, protection. What do you need to be causing protection from these fires in your life? Do you need more water? Do you need, like, what do you need? Like, figuring out what you need. Okay, what does this collective, the Obsidian collective, need to know about the full moon? Okay, that was a lot of cards. This deck likes to give me a lot of cards. 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups, Queen of Swords, 9 of Coins, the Tower, 4 of Wands, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It's gonna be a hard one, and for you. And in my other reading, it just felt like leaving. But this one's it feels hard. It just feels like it's gonna be a hard time for you. I'm gonna organize my cards just so whatever pops out for me first, and just looking at, I'm kind of doing this randomly or just how I feel, so I usually do that, but I put the Tower first, but that's not really popping out to me first. 6 of Cups is, and that's upright. Knowing that you have family there with you, and knowing that you can help you need to start cherishing them, and if you don't cherish them, it's only going to bring sadness and knowing in your life if you don't know when to cherish them. I'm just looking at the myth in my book because obviously I don't know all of the myths. I believe this is the Ice Queen, which Frozen's based off of, if you're interested in Disney movies like me. The Snow Queen, yeah. Evokes nostalgia on sweeter times. So really knowing that you're trying to look for the things that happened in your past, and knowing that it's going to, not everything that happened in your childhood could happen now. It's a different world. It's a different headspace. There's new technology and new things for you, and things that aren't going to be serving you anymore. And looking back at your old friends, and also, again, with nostalgia, it could be bad, but also looking at the simple joys in life, and what would excite you as a kid. You would see a rock and get super excited and want to show it to everyone. There's just a bunch of rocks around me, so, and you want to show it to everyone. So like taking simple joys of seeing like a pretty rock, a pretty leaf, a pretty flower in your life, and just taking that into showing you. Okay, next we have the 3 of Swords. I don't know when to read the Tower. It's just gonna happen when it happens. Three of Swords. I get this message. I feel like a lot of people are going to be on this reading, specifically this one. So a lot of different messages for different people. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but Three of Swords. It's talking about the crane woman, and I believe that's what the myth is called. I'm kind of too lazy to check it right now. But the crane woman, she always had to go away and do something. And her husband began, and telling her husband that she can't see her while she does this. But she was doing it to help him, to help her family. I believe. It could be completely wrong, but this is what my intuition's telling me. But knowing that it's good to tell people why you are doing these things. And through her action and also through her husband's action, because he walked in on her not sacrificing herself, but doing something that she needed, she felt like that she has to do in order to help her family, and that it broke everything apart. So knowing that, and also breakups, I believe that could be also what it's about. Knowing that it's okay to be leaving things, but again, different messages for different people. Things that you're holding on to could hurt other people. I'm just playing with the stone, but knowing that sometimes secrets aren't the best things, and sometimes you need to put more trust in things. Next we have the Knight of Cups. It's about a dragon guarding an opal. And now with this one and being in reversed, I'm sorry if I don't show you all the cards, but with this card being in reversed, getting a sense of you're not guarding what you need to be guarding. And I'm getting a sense that it's your heart. You need to guard your heart, and knowing that even during breakups, you can't let everyone know too many things. You can't let everyone know what's going on inside your heart, and not kind of taking a break from relationships and bettering yourself, self-care, self-love. If you can't love yourself, how can you love anyone else? So thinking about that, about yourself. Next we have the Ace of Wands. I don't know when to read the tarot card. I'm just gonna read it now, because I probably should have read this at the beginning of the thing, but my intuition was telling me not to read it. And now my intuition's telling me I should have read it at the beginning. But I think it was just myself trying to put it off. Okay, Tower. Massive destruction and stability. You need in your life to have stability in order to better yourself. The Tower is crumbling. The Tower is falling. Everyone's falling out of the Tower because it's not stable. And I like to talk about in the Magician card, if it's not in this deck, but I'm gonna try to find it in this deck because I just had it for a reading, so I probably on top. Okay, I'm just gonna show you what the Magician looks like in most tarot decks, similar to, but it has all the suits of tarot in it. So the pentacles, or in this deck it calls them the coins, the cups, the swords, and the wands. There are sticks in this. But knowing that you need all of these to be balanced in each other. And the suits of tarot, I forget which was which, because I'm not this, I don't have the best memory. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But knowing that you need all the four elements in order to create stability in your life. You need the four corners of your life to create stability, and each suit of tarot represents a different part of our mind and what they do. Wands represent fire, cups represent water, swords represent air, and pentacles represent earth. Probably shouldn't have looked that up. I knew that in the back of my head somewhere. Sorry. But knowing that Did I just say that? Wands represent willpower. Cups represent inner experiences, relationships. Swords represent like your thoughts, your mind, and stuff like that. And Pentacles represent like money. So knowing that you need all those things in your life to be stable in order to create a better thing. And if one of them is just not stable enough, your tower will come crumbling. And I know, and I forgot which one, but relationships, I said for one. And that could just be with yourself. It doesn't mean with a relationship with another person. You need to work on yourself in order to make it better. Yourself is the main pillar of your relationships. You need to have a good relationship with yourself. Sorry about that. Ace of Wands. You have, like I said with the Magician. The Magician has all suits of tarot, and as you realize things in your life, you're going to become a better person, and knowing that you are going to become better for yourself. But it's completely different. That's just like word vomit. But Ace of Wands is talking about, like, I believe it's a myth based off, I believe it's a Chinese myth. And in this myth, they have a person, sorry, there's a spider and it's distracting me. But there's a person and they have a magic paintbrush, and whatever they paint becomes into life. And so if they paint a piece of gold, they'll get gold. I'm not sure if that's exact myth, but it's something like that. If you paint a dragon, you get a dragon. But knowing that your brush holds power, your brush holds everything, like, in your life, and knowing that, like, your words to other people, it has consequences. If you draw a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon, your whole city can burn down from that. So knowing that your actions have consequences. I believe I said the 8 of Swords in the beginning. It's not really resonating, so I'm not going to read it. So I believe one person just needs to see the card, and if they want me to explain it more, I'll DM them that, because I feel like it's personal and that's what my intuition's telling me. And so sometimes my intuition kind of knows what's happening, but I have no clue what's happening. So if you want a free reading, I have a code at the end of this video or at the end of a part, because I think this reading is going to be lasting a little longer. So I'm just going to end this one right here. So this one's going to have a part 2. I know the last one, I'm not sure about the next one. It might not. It might have like 3 parts. But that's just what Spirit, the Divine, is telling me. So I'll see you in part 2.